Let's get into the best suburbs to live in, and let's keep it quite simple. I'm not talking about basically in terms of investment, in terms of rental yield. This is if you're going to buy to live in and for livability. So obviously the yields on a lot of these won't be as high as the others I would say to invest in, but your capital growth of these would be exceptional. So I should mention that. So if it's someone with, a budget of probably 4 or 5 million plus, and you only want to spend half your budget and leave a bit left over, these are great suburbs to buy in. And the first suburb I'm going to mention is BlackRock. Now, it's not the company BlackRock in America, it's a suburb of BlackRock. So look, for those that don't know, BlackRock is sort of on the southern side of the Bayside Peninsula. It's basically right between Sandringham and Beaumaris. It's a smaller suburb. Basically, it's almost entirely by the water. It is entirely by the water, but it's a small suburb that basically most pockets are only a few blocks from the water. But this is just the overview look of BlackRock. Look, the hills and they've got smaller cliff faces up towards here as well, but it's absolutely beautiful. And you got places here selling for literally $8 million, $10 million sometimes, but really good suburb to buy in. Like if you had a $2.5 million budget, you can buy in a couple of streets back from the actual water there, and it's a really, really good place. I've even seen places that are solid as a rock sell for like $2 million in BlackRock, so it's a really, really nice suburb, great one to consider. It's in a very exclusive pocket as well, and as you can see just here, neighbourhoods, there's an air of exclusivity in BlackRock. That's just off domain, so that's just an article there. So that describes it pretty well. There's a very well-known yacht club there, very strong demographics, quite close to a lot of good schools as well. And there's a very sort of community vibe there as well, should I say. So that's just something to consider in terms of BlackRock there. Let's get into another suburb. And the next suburb I'm going to mention is a suburb called Hampton. Now, for those that don't know where Hampton is, it's basically Brighton's southern neighbour. Beautiful suburb again. You have some very expensive places along here, but if you like being close to where everything's at, but not exactly the same hustle and bustle, Hampton's a great suburb for that. It's a beautiful peninsula as well, as you can just see with the overview of Hampton here along Beach Road there as well. You can see how nice the houses are. They're massive too. Really good suburb to consider. If you've got, look, Hampton, it is a bit more expensive than BlackRock. You're probably looking at maybe $2.5 million or so, but good suburb in that. But look, the nice thing about Hampton is it's got like a great village kind of near the, should I say, station and town centre there. So this is just basically near Hampton Station, so it's just Bayside village living. It's known for its great kind of coffee culture and great sort of little community in there. A lot of people know each other. It's very friendly. So really good suburb if you have a little family or you just like living in a sort of like villagey lifestyle by the beach. That's a good suburb to consider, definitely in Hampton. Let's get into the final one, and as to no surprise, best suburbs to live in, the suburb I'm going to mention is Brighton. Look, I don't think it needs any introduction, really. I think everyone in Melbourne knows where Brighton is. It's famous for, obviously, its little beach shacks that everyone tends to take photos in front of, as you can see here. It's also famous for having some of Melbourne's most expensive properties and also nicest properties too, especially modern design properties. So you see just in the background by the palms here, a lot of celebrities live here. I know Shane Warne lived there for a number of years, ever since he come onto the scene. A lot of prominent property developers, a lot of prominent AFL players live there as well. So it's no surprise that it's one of the most livable suburbs in Melbourne. And it really is, the prize of the Bayside. Like it's where everyone wants to live. This is just an article again from Domain. Brighton, what's got celebs and foodies flocking to this locale. Look, Brighton's full of upmarket restaurants. It's actually got some quite surprisingly good cuisine in terms of cultural cuisine as well, which is nice. But look, yeah, I don't think there'd be any arguments in terms of Brighton being one of the most livable suburbs. You do need more money though. You probably need about 3 to 3.5 million to live here, unfortunately. But it's still a great suburb to buy, and no arguments there. I don't think anyone's going to be upset if they lived in Brighton anyway.